iDiskiTV powered by World Sports Betting. Justice Chabalala with my brother Nkululeko Nkewu.
I'm pretending to be Junior Kanye. Junior Kanye is in Tanzania.
Anyway, Orlando Pirates 2, Sekhukhune United 1.
Yeah.
Wow, what a beautiful game.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good final. Sekhukhune, I think they showed up. They showed up tonight. They were here and they scored first. And even that goal as well was actually very interesting because CBC is judging himself. He's looking at the referee, says it's a foul. The bench is allowed to play on. And because of that, he's late. And because he's late, he passes the ball through Vilagazi and Sekhukhune scores their first goal, which was a very good way to start the game. And I said to Utso and I said to you as well, look, for Orlando Pirates, the way that you look at this is easy. You've conceded a goal in the 12th minute of the game. When Kaizer Chiefs lost the Nedbank Cup final in 2019 to TS Galaxy, they conceded a goal in the dying stages of the match, like maybe in the 90th minute penalties, like Kelly Pasa scoring. So the best time to concede is minute number 5, minute number 12, minute number 7. That means you have the whole game to respond. You know, you have the full 90 minutes to respond, plus additional time as well to respond. Of course, ideally you don't want to concede a goal, but they conceded. Orlando Pirates are always a team, as they are, a team waiting to concede all the time. They look like they're going to concede a goal. So that was a good start from Sekhukhune. What they did then, and Joe touched on this as well when he was speaking on his own video, what the negative thing that they did was that, njengoba kukoriwe, ingqondo zabo zithe kubo, thina sisikorile ngoku masiphinde sibuye sizovinca, which means that they were just prioritizing defending. You know, they decided ukuthi thina sizawuvala ngoba siyalida. And that's the worst thing you can do, because the Orlando Pirates, as I say, they are a team waiting to concede a goal. All you need to do is to have 3 or 4 players that are ready to attack. That means you have 5 other players that are defending or 6 other players that are defending. Sekhukhune, all they needed was Ohizu, was Mokwana on the right, Hizu on the center, Leswalo on the left, and then Uvilagazi joining them late. Those would be the 4 players that were always going to be ready to attack for them. But what they did after they scored was to get every man behind the ball. And when you get every man behind the ball, there's a lot of confusion that happens. You don't know where to be when it's a set piece. You don't know, sometimes no one is picking up their men properly because everyone is like scattered in the box. They want to defend a lot. So Sekhukhune, for them, the worst thing that they did was that they defended too much immediately after they scored the goal.
Do you think the coach made a mistake by taking out Elias Mokoena? Because I think he was taking on players.
He had a very good game, Elias Mokoena. For me, it was either him or Ukamukhelo Mokhocho. If the winner was Sekhukhune, those 2 players would have been my man of the match. That's a good spot, Chester. Elias Mokoena. And I think in the PSL, Elias Mokoena is one of maybe in the top 3 or top 4 in terms of successful take-ons. Every time he has a ball, if he's attempting to dribble and eliminate, he's successful more than many other players. And I think that was a mistake. Although you can make the case that happened maybe in the 80th minute, in the 75th minute. So they didn't lose because of that. They didn't lose only because of that. But of course, they lost something when they took him out and they had to take Uhizo on the right-hand side as well. Coming to Orlando Pirates, I think Orlando Pirates, cultural performance, your Lodge, ujonge performance yosaleng, those are the star players. Even no came into Rasmus, I don't think badlale kahle namhlanje abo badlali abo where in patches bebonakala Rasmus could score. I think he hit the post, or there was a goal saved off the line as well. But the general mesh that Orlando Pirates played with their star players, I don't think that it was a very good game. However, the most important thing that their star players did, especially Saleng, is that he provided an opportunity for Orlando Pirates to win, which was an assist to Terence Jukamanja. And secondly, which the first opportunity, the one that got Pirates back into this game, the equalizer, it was got by another star player of theirs, Utemingo Lodge. So if you look at the fullness of the 90 minutes for the star players, Abo Lodge, Abo Saleng, they didn't really do well in terms of the whole match. They were not that dominant, especially those particular players. But the 2 goals came as a result, or they had a contributing factor in those 2 goals. So you need your star players, even if they're having poor games or bad games, you still need your star players to raise their hand, especially in a final.
Number 1, Was when we talk about that penalty
Sure.
scenario, was that a penalty, or do you think Lodge took advantage of it?
I think technically speaking, if you look at it in its in its fullness, it is a penalty. A lot of things happened before we can consider that to be a penalty. Number one, a player went down. I think it was Victor Letswalo. He went down in his own box. If the referee thought that was a head injury, ebeza to referee mayiphume ibhola ngaphandle, or actually it was not even going to wait for ibhola uba iphume ngaphandle. He was going to say, "Prip, I need emergency assistance because there's a head injury." It didn't look like Letswalo had a head injury, so you allow the game to go on. So what happens in these instances, when and to everyone who's watching, is that you are at the mercy of the attacking team. If you are down, if ever you go down, and it's not a head injury, then you are at the mercy of the team that has the ball. Gushuguti, it's up to them to kick the ball out. Mara, if they're chasing the game, they're not. They may not take. They're going to continue. They may not take the ball out. And also, in addition to that as well, there's fair play in football, but it's not a rule. It's not written down that every time someone goes down, you must kick the ball out, because people cheat. In football, people cheat. Like a lot of players will go down. I watch a lot of football. I was watching the Under-20 World Cup as well as playing in Argentina. A lot of players go down because they are leading 1-0 and they want to kill your momentum. So the attacking team, if it has the ball, it has the possession of the ball, they will always attack. So in that sense, nothing wrong happened in that sense. If the referee said this is not a foul, Orlando Pirates continue. Orlando Pirates continued, and with Lodge as well, very clever for him to go towards Letswalo and show him the ball. And I think it was very smart as well, because to Letswalo, if he didn't hear the whistle, he saw the ball in front of him being given to him. He started to think that maybe the referee is judging something. That's why he reached out for the ball. Whether he touched it or not, I don't think it's really that important, because it doesn't look like he really touched it. But to everyone who was looking, we saw someone touching the ball. And sometimes it's such a tiny thing. We can only see it through slow motion. Maybe there wasn't a touch, but it did look like he touched the ball. So I accept it as a penalty. Initially I thought it wasn't a penalty, but looking at replay and everything else, I thought, you know what, this is a penalty. And also, I really appreciate the fact that the opposition team, which is Orlando Pirates, they were one man down and they kept playing, and they were not going to give the opposition, which is Sekhukhune, an opportunity to say, whilst we are attacking, we are giving you back the ball. So that was good. And in fact, if Sekhukhune looks back at this game, they could think that that was an important moment, because even the coach, Brandon Truter, he got a yellow card from that. If you're trying to look back, when you go to sleep, sometimes in these important events, when you go to sleep, you try to think, what did I do wrong? What happened? What could I have done better? Sekhukhune will know that in that moment, I think even if Victor Letswalo had an opportunity, I thought he was just going to kick the ball out, because the ball came to him at some point.
Like it came to him, and I think he felt it also.
Yes, he just kicked the ball away, and when they rerun that in his mind, himself plus his whole team, the team of analysts that work at that club, they will think that that's one of the crucial moments, because you're going to go to half time, the score's 1-0, maybe you're going to defend for your lives, which is dangerous, but if you don't concede that goal, maybe there was no turning point for Orlando Pirates to get back into this game.
Do you think Orlando Pirates deserve this cup?
I think you deserve you deserve anything you get yourself into. You are here at iDiskiTV, that means you deserve to work here. I don't know how you got people don't know out there how you got to communicate with us to get here. Now I'm here. I deserve to be here in this moment, speaking to this microphone, because I hustled my way into these opportunities. So wonke umuntu deserve lento ayithola, yabo. Pirates deserve a Nedbank Cup in a sense that they got themselves to this position. However, if you look back at all these rounds, they struggle against All Stars, they defeat them. They struggle against Venda Football Academy, they go to extra time, they still defeat them. They struggle against All Stars, they go to penalties, they defeat them. With this game as well, it was really end to end. There were moments where the momentum was Orlando Pirates, and then there were moments where the momentum was Sekhukhune as well. So Do you deserve it? Do you not deserve it? At the end of the day, you've got it. It really doesn't. It's
doesn't matter.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
Even I ask people that question most of
Yeah.
the time when I'm sitting here. Well, the team that won didn't deserve it, but you deserve anything that you get. However you get it, you deserve it because you fought for it in whatever way you did. So Orlando Pirates, well done to them. I mean, they have 2 trophies this season, so it was a decent season for them.
All right, that was Orlando Pirates winning the Nedbank Cup. That's another 6 million in the bag, plus 8 million. That's like 40 million in the bag. Hey, 100,000 nyana.
Yeah, there's bonuses for those players.
Yeah. iDiskiTV, iDiskiTimes.co.za. Thank you for watching us.